If you haven't already, I ask you guys to check out the Street Humans Kickstarter, my own action figure line. We have 2 figures available now, and hopefully we have more if we hit those stretch goals. Link is in the description below.
ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit, subscribe.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another NECA Toys action figure review on the Mirage Comics Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter. Now, I'm not too versed in the Mirage Comics to really know the difference or attributes of this particular version of Splinter compared to all the other versions of Splinter that I am familiar with, but I do think it's a very cool looking figure, and I do have a Shredder, and I do have 2 sets of Mirage Comics Turtles, so yeah, I'm very happy to have this Splinter figure right here. Big thanks, Just Plain Steve, finding this out in the wild and selling it to me. I really do appreciate you looking out, bro. All right, we're going to talk about Splinter more in a second.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here is Splinter out of the packaging. And I gotta say, I've been having a lot of fun with this figure. This is one of those really fun tiny figures. He has a lot of articulation, a lot of posability, pretty good durability so far, I gotta say. You know, I'm fairly impressed with how strong the figure is for how small it is. And we get a whole bunch of accessories to look at. So let's get a closer look at all of those, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. Yeah, while very small accessories, I'm really happy with these accessories, man. I don't know what else to have asked for. Again, I'm not really too familiar with the Mirage comics aside from the aesthetics, you know. I did catch on to TMNT like a lot of other 90s kids through the cartoon, but I would love to go back and read them. Here we have some ooze looking pretty sweet. I love the line work with the paint apps right there, looking very comic booky. TCRI right over there. And then you have a great looking mouser. Look at these paint apps, man. I love that blue fade with the gray right there. That looks so sick, and the touches of line work looks really, really good. I'm very pleased with this, and it does have articulation. It has a neck joint right here that moves up and down. You can turn it side to side, and it also pivots, so you have a ball joint right there. You have jaw articulation. You can see the inside of the mouth. That is dope. Man, I really like this mouser a lot. And then you could see that you could move the legs forward and back, and then you get one hinge at the knee right there, and a hinge at the ankle right here. And then we have a Krang. I don't know if this is the Krang, but a Krang, and I love the paint apps on this. It has that old school Toy Biz / Marvel Select wash over it that just looks really detailed out. I just love that. Look at the teeth right there. The eyes look great. Man, I love these paint apps right here. Looks so good in his little hand. It's moving outward right there. This thing is freaking awesome. I really like that. And then we have the pre-mutated Splinter right here. And does the head rotate? I tried to move it earlier. It does not. So it's just a little staction figure, but I love the paint apps on it. Looks really good. Soft tail right over there. And yeah, this is pretty sweet. And then he does come with 4 baby turtles. Yeah, and they're all smiling. These are all identical to each other. So pleased with these. Really happy to have them. Really like them. They're very, very cute. I can't wait to show them to my kids. They're going to love them. I'm not going to let them play with them too much, but yeah, they're actually pretty good with figures. You know what I mean? They've been around them enough. But we have a teapot right over here. I don't know if I'm missing a lid. Looks like there should be a lid, but yeah, we get a little teacup right over here with the teapot, which is great. I had to look on the inside to see if the hole went through. But yeah, I do like the teapot right here. And then you have his cane, looking really nice with this wood grain and the paint application seeping into all of those seams right over there. Really like that. Then we have 3 sets of hands. You get open hands. I recommend heating up the figure regardless. I think NECA has gotten a lot better with the durability of the plastic. However, I still like to heat up the figure a little bit, but I felt like I didn't have to. It's just a little bit better if you do. And then you have the staff gripping hands. You could splay the fingers out if you want to, like that a little bit. And then you have these pointing hands. It would have been nice if he came with fists. I feel like I'm missing fists. It would have been nice. Yeah, I love this head sculpt. This looks great. I like how it has that meaner, scarier kind of look. Fits in great with the other designs that I have for my Mirage Comics figures from NECA. This looks really good. Love that black paint mixed in with the brown. You can see the teeth in the very front right there. Nose looks good. Gray color. Eyes look fantastic. Then there's the back of the head. We have the soft goods for his gi right here, or his robe. Is it a gi or a robe? Either way, kind of. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I haven't taken that apart. I'm not gonna. And then you could see consistently throughout in the figure, you could see the black paint mixed in right there with the brown fur sculpted on. It has that very rigid, rough look, which I think is great. It should look like that. I don't want it to look super realistic. It's got to have that comic look, and I think they really pulled it off with this guy. Not a whole ton to look at, but I just wanted to, show you guys that it's really painted all the way through, and I think that's freaking awesome. So I do like that. I don't want to take this off, though. It may be easy to put back on, but I'm not going to, I'd rather keep that on there. The tail looks really good, too. So we'll get into the articulation in a minute. You can see the hinge and the bendy wire right over here. Do like that. Nice paint on the tail. And then you can see the legs look really good. Wish that we got toenails painted on the figure. That would have been nice. There's a little bit of paint on there, but, not thoroughly painted. Minor gripe of mine, but still, we get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Looking pretty solid. So I really do like the articulation on this little figure. The head joint is on a ball, so you can turn it side to side. Great pivoting. It will look up and it will look down. You have shoulder joints over here. I do try to roll the sleeves up to keep track of where everything is. I just, want to be careful with the figure. You can move the arms inward a fair amount. They rotate forward, rotate back. You get a single jointed elbow. You get rotation at the elbow. It bends in a little bit more than 90 degrees right there. And then all the wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. You do have a waist cut right there, or a diaphragm cut. I'm sorry. It's a ball joint at the diaphragm. Pivoting right there. Moves forward, moves back. Legs are on ball joints that move outward that far. You can get the legs kicking forward and back a bit. It does feel a little softer at the waist right here. You get a single jointed knee, rotation at the knee. Ankles move down, they move up. You get beautiful ankle pivot right here. And you have a hinge at the tail that moves up and down. And you have bendy wire at the tail that stops at around that point right over there. Yeah. Now, if I wanted to, I could get Splinter to stand a little bit taller. I could straighten those legs out a little bit more, but I feel like that would be a bit off model. So I want to stay true to the character over here and measure him out as is like that. And you can see he's pretty short, standing under 4 inches tall. And for some size comparisons, you can see Splinter right over here next to the Mirage Shredder figure, which I believe was a Loot Crate exclusive. And then here's Splinter next to the Mirage 4-pack. Thanks again, Steve. I really appreciate having all 5 of these thanks to you. And yeah, this looks freaking awesome. Very, very happy with these figures. Then here's Splinter next to my original Mirage Comics TMNT figures. Big thanks, Light, wishing him all the best. And this Splinter still fits in really well with these turtles over here. Then for a Splinter comparison, you can see we have the cartoon version right here from NECA Toys. Here's the new Mirage Comics figure. And then we have the movie version right there and my G1 Splinter. Pretty sure this is my G1 Splinter. He's got the squishy head, right? Hey, hit that like button and subscribe button for authentic geekdom. Squishy heads. Remember the squishy heads? And here's Master Splinter next to a couple of street humans. We have Alago and Eon. And thanks again, Pixel Dan, for sharing that image of Splinter fighting the street humans. Back the project right now. We only have 10 days left. Woo! And here's Splinter next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Inner Letdown Spider-Man, and I do not have a stop motion segment for you guys today. Got a lot of Street Human stuff going on. Come through to the ACBA podcast, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking figures and Street Humans. Hope to see you there. So I gotta say, I really enjoyed this figure. This is a dope-ass little figure. It's a small one, it's not cheap. The NECA figures have gone up in price, that is for sure, but I feel like NECA delivers so hard. Like, I'm looking at the figure, I wish he did have fist hands. That would have been pretty cool, but that didn't stop me from having a good time playing with it. When I have a gripe, I feel like it's a legit gripe, but then when I don't really get troubled posing the figure around by that gripe, well, it's like the problem's not as big of a deal for me as opposed, like if he didn't come with his cane or his staff anyway, that would have been a big problem. But I like all the accessories that he comes with. It's a whole bunch of little stuff that I really enjoyed taking photos of. So I had a really good time with this figure. I don't remember the exact price point off the top of my head. I think it was closer to around $35, which is a little on the high side. But I'm happy with the quality of the figure. Like, what can I say? The articulation is not lacking for me. I liked the durability of the figure. There's a couple of times where I felt like I was twisting an ankle the wrong way. And I was like, oh no, am I going to break it? And I did not break it. So I'm pretty happy with the figure, man. Really glad to have it. Thanks again, Steve. At the price point of around, I want to say around the $30 mark, $35 mark, I'm going to give this Splinter figure a Sun rating of
I love it!
and I'd like to know what you guys think, so be sure to let me know what you think in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in action figure news, you can find it all over at toynewseye.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. We got a live stream tomorrow night, so I hope to see you guys there as well. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, I said my shot, your face, I said my shot, your